Hi friends, I'm Jason Teed, owner of JMT Choreography. I'm so glad you guys are watching this series I've called Warrior Woman. Alright, let me break it down. So I've traveled the world in my professional and my personal life, and there's been one common thing throughout the whole thing. I have met and traveled with the most amazing, life-changing women. I even realized that every gym I do choreography for is owned by a female. So in this series, I sit down with warrior women and I ask them questions about life, cheerleading, and empowerment, and so much more. I hope you guys enjoy, but make sure you guys subscribe. I'll wait. Subscribe. Enjoy the interview. This warrior woman has over 31 years of coaching experience. She's the owner of Midwest Cheerleading. She opened her doors in 2003 and has over 9 locations throughout the US. When she's not directly working at the gym, you can find her speaking at coaches conference all over the United States. When she's not doing that, she's doing business consulting on the side. Her passion is business and marketing, as well as making a difference in every child's life on and off the mat. Please welcome the fabulous, amazing Tanya.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Crazy. Ready for this all to be over with?
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your gym, your business, your brand that you would consider to be your mission.
I own Midwest Cheerleading, so I have 7 locations, 5 in Ohio, 1 in Florida, 1 in Georgia. And I think our brand's evolved, especially over the past couple of years. Before it was a lot about teams. Now it's just a lot about, teams, but also training kids. Whether it's training them through tumbling, or we actually added aerial and lyra to our program. So kids learn silks. Yeah, so we've kind of started to diversify, which is probably with the current conditions a good thing. So,
Yes.
but overall, it's just about training the overall well-being of the child.
Amazing. I love that you guys are adding more different things into your gym. That's so smart, especially going back. It's a good idea for all these gym owners to think about more ways for income other than just, all-star cheerleading.
Absolutely, especially nowadays.
Right, nowadays. I feel like I've been saying that more and more for the last couple of weeks nowadays.
Nowadays, now in the current condition.
Right. How do you think All-Star Cheerleading and other women-run businesses empower the female youth?
You know what? I think it's actually COVID-19 has given female entrepreneurs a chance to shine, because our entire well-being is that of support and emotional support and problem solving and stuff. So in a sense, throwing us in COVID-19 has really, I've seen a huge rise in the female entrepreneur market. As far as, Lisa Kuhn just did a big conference. I did a Beyond the Mat conference. The females are really stepping up and finding the problems and creating solutions right away. Nothing wrong with the male counterparts, but I feel like for females, that's what we're made of. That's our strength, is being able to problem solve quickly, making sure to assess the entire athlete. And there's a book called Marketing Rebellion, which talks about customer relationships. And I feel like female entrepreneurs are great at maintaining those and developing those.
Yes, I would agree. We have a big, here in Metro Detroit, we have a big movement is the future is female. And that's what got me onto this whole aspect is I'm here to learn. I'm not here to preach. And that's the reason why I've invited all of these amazing women to, tell the youth of what they can become. And it's very exciting, especially this time.
Well, and it's good too, because for the young, the young girls going through it right now, like for me, I've been focusing more on the mental health of our youth, because I've seen, calling customers, finding out the kids are getting depressed and stuff. It's good for young ladies, young women to see role models that are showing them how to get through this without necessarily falling apart. Like, how do you handle obstacles when they're thrown at you at the last minute? Mm-hmm. And how do you get to the other end of the storm without, with as few casualties as possible?
Explain what you do in your professional and personal life to ensure you're leading by example and making an impact.
In my professional life, I love my job. It's not even a job anymore. It's basically a lifestyle. So I'm blessed in the fact that I could work long hours and it not really impact me. I try to make sure that we are doing something for every athlete, that my concern is for every child, whether they've been with me for 10 years or whether they're walking in the door tomorrow. So I want to make sure that with my brand and with myself, I don't pass judgment, that I make sure that everyone feels welcome when they walk in our gym, and that I understand I have 60 seconds for it to feel like home. So I make sure that the first 60 seconds you walk into my gym are the most important 60 seconds. As far as personal, finding balance. COVID-19 has definitely taught me that I need to learn balance, that I need to give myself time personally to take care of myself, that I need to find time for my own family, and at the same time, make time for my professional life, because I've realized I never took time. I was so into my company and into my brand that maybe looking back, I probably should have taken more time for my own family since I'm giving so much to everyone else's.
And not just your family, yourself in general, just as
Yeah,
yourself as a human. And that's what I
that's
feel like this has put us into, just a lot of reflecting state, to reflect at your life and prepare for what's, when we get to leave, prepare how you want to change it.
exactly, which is good. I
Which is great, which is great.
think we could have done it a little differently, but
Right, right. If I could still have practice just a little bit, would be great.
you just said, hey, you can't work on weekends. We're going to quarantine you Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right,
That, all right.
right. Um, what is one piece of information you wish all girls and young women knew?
I think the biggest piece of information or advice that you could give all young women is that don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't do something, that whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And it never hurts to ask. My father used to tell me all the time, all you can do is ask, and all they can do is say no. And you're no worse off than you were before you asked the question. So my piece of advice to young women is ask. What there's nothing that's going to hurt you in asking or trying.
I love that you said that, because you can ask my friends. That's how I to go about things. Is that this project in general? I was like, I've always wanted to do something like this. I was going to do it with people that I knew closer, and I was like, you know what? I was like, everyone's just sitting at home. Why don't I just start asking these people? And everyone has been saying yes, and it's just been. I would never have known if I didn't ask. So that's
Well,
great advice.
look at all the amazing people that you've gotten to create relationships with. Like now, I do a Facebook coffee at 8 o'clock in the morning with Cherokee from Green Bay Elite, and we just reconnect. And it's been nice to be able to talk to people that you kind of knew, but you never really knew.
Right, right. Because all we're doing is sitting here, so we want to talk. So
Got lots of time.
lots of time. What advice about integrating women's empowerment into business would you give other organizations?
I think for other companies, it's a great time to um, rebrand themselves or
Mm,
create the vision they want others to see. Especially in our industry, in the cheerleading industry, if you're on the outside, you think it's a female driven industry. When you get on the inside, you realize how male driven it is.
this
But I
is.
feel like maybe now's the time to put some female leadership up there to create balance. Everyone's always complaining about how their image or their company image is so negative. And I'm like, then why aren't you taking this time to change that? Why aren't you putting some female leadership up at the top to do what needs to be done, which is recreate those relationships, change the perception of your company? We've had all this time, and I feel like if I could give advice, not just balance for all of us, but balance in leadership. It needs to be equal male, female, because both parties have something great to give.
Yes, they do, and they both bring something completely
Yeah,
different to the table.
they do. And that's the thing is if you look at it, to create a whole unit, to create one thing, you have to have different parts. And sometimes I think we get so focused that we forget that we've completely left out a different aspect. Females bring an emotional, a customer service part to it, whereas Males think more just in a different aspect. So if you bring those two parties together, you've covered everything that you need. You've serviced every part of a human being.
Correct. And the whole industry.
Exactly. It
Okay.
drives me crazy sometimes because I'm like, we complain so much about, oh, people think this of us or talk bad. And I'm like, if you would just sit back and really look unbiasedly at your company, look at where you're lacking, sometimes it's okay to just ask and reorganize a little bit. I think they would be surprised at the positive impact that would come from that.
And people need to realize that you're always growing. No one's perfect. So,
Correct.
and you can always change. There's never, I mean, this is the perfect time to change because literally you have time. So you should be doing it now. But just do it. Just make sure that you're
Yeah,
moving forward and just becoming better.
exactly.
Okay, I love this next question I really enjoy. How can we go about changing the stigma associated with cheerleading? You just kind of started talking about that, but what do you think?
Um, I feel like the rules. I think if we're going to be a sport, I don't know that football changes how you get 6 points for a touchdown every year. I mean, you pretty much run the ball across the line. It has nothing to do with if you dove headfirst across the line or if you ran backwards. I think creating a set of rules and sticking to them would be number one. Diversifying the top echelon of our industry, diversifying the group that creates the rules and the boundaries and making sure we've covered all of that. And then realizing we're unique. We're a business first, we're a sport second. Some people are so stuck on, oh, we're sport, 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 sport. And I'm like, we are, but we're also very unique. We're a business. And without the business, I mean, and everyone should know this now, without the gyms being open, nothing else matters. No uniforms are being purchased, no competitions are being held. Nothing, the world has stopped the minute the gyms closed. So, who are the real customers? The real customers are the gym customers, our parents and our athletes, because without them, nothing else matters. Therefore, let's focus on being a business. Let's focus on what legitimizes our sport. It's not always about all the rhinestones and glitter and stuff. It's about the kids and the skills, and um, every level counts. No one should feel like the stepchild of a sport. Every level matters at this point.
Yeah, I can't agree more because I mean, I started cheerleading super late. I wasn't that talented, and it didn't matter to what level. I mean, when I started, there wasn't levels yet, so we're talking way back in the day. But
Kiwi Youth Junior Senior.
yep, yep, intermediate, novice, advanced, and back then it was just a word. It didn't matter. You just went out there and you did the best routine that you could, and I loved that about cheerleading because I had barely a back handspring, but the girl next to me had a full, and it was wonderful. I mean, obviously it's different nowadays, but I mean, it was just, yeah, I have to agree. I'm excited for that to happen, and I hope that does happen.
I feel like we're going to get back to our roots a little bit. We have to go backwards in order to go forward. So I feel like we're definitely going to get back to our roots. It's so weird going into something where right now I keep telling my parents, don't worry about Summit and Worlds. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. So this year when we come into tryouts, let's just worry about what is best for your child, where is the best place for them to be successful. And let's stop worrying about Summit and Worlds right now. Let's just worry about how do we get back into the gym.
Right? How do we get training again? Because I think
Yeah.
everyone realizes that yes, Summit, Worlds, Nationals, they're the cherry on top of the cake, but I feel like a lot of kids are just missing the day-to-day training. It's just seeing your
They,
coaches, seeing your friends and all that stuff.
they just miss their friends. They just want to be in the gym.
Yes.
That's
Which
it.
which I do too, so it makes I understand. You've answered this throughout the interview, but why do you love the cheerleading world so much?
I love the cheerleading world because it allows me the opportunity to watch children grow, to be a part of so many different families' lives, and to make an impact. My whole thing is, when my final day is here, what legacy did I leave? What did I leave and what people will talk about? And I love the fact that there's no other industry or no other career in the world where I could have such a positive impact on our youth of tomorrow
Hmm.
and actually make a difference.
Yes, it is. It's amazing going to work, and I know you've been in this for a while, and I started coaching when I was 17. So it's crazy to see the generationals start coming back in, and the kids that you coach are now having kids, and just seeing how amazing they've done in college and how amazing they've done it as an adult, and you're like, oh, this is the reason why cheerleading is so amazing.
And it's like family. Like I had a mom message me last night and she's like, "Hey, me and my daughter have something to give you. Can you meet us outside? Because I'm in an apartment." And I ran downstairs and she had like a bottle of wine and macaroons and a really cute card. And it was like, wow, you make such a difference and you are such a part of these people's lives that being closed for almost 2 months, they everyone misses everyone.
What advice for all the cheerleaders out there during this difficult time?
My biggest piece of advice is always look for the light at the end of the tunnel. It's not going to be like this forever. Maybe dig deep and find, try something new that you never get a chance to. We always, in our industry, we absorb every bit of your time. You don't get the sleepovers and the birthday parties and stuff. So maybe start doing things like, as we're finding balance as owners and coaches, maybe as an athlete, let's find balance for you too. Let you enjoy the sport, but also still enjoy the parts of being a kid that maybe you've missed out on. So, use Zoom and reconnect with friends and just laugh and have fun and stay up late and be silly. And yeah, still work on your jumps and flexibility, but take this time to go outside and just enjoy being a kid.
I was, yeah, totally agree with that. I was actually talking to my father the other day, and I was like, I feel like I'm a child on a summer break right now.
Yes. And it's summer break.
I was
I
like,
holiday break, that Christmas break for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay,
you're right.
okay,
I was
let's
like,
break. I'm ready.
it has to be like middle school because like I can't work and I can't really go anywhere or drive anywhere. So it's like you don't have a car, you don't have a job.
It's so crazy.
It's so
It's
crazy.
funny, but it's crazy.
All right, last one. What are you most excited for next season? I know it's unclear and unsure at this point, but what are some of the things that you are excited for?
I'm most excited, honest to God, the minute we open our business up, I'm probably going to be like a kid in a candy store. I'm so excited to like some sense of normalcy, whatever that looks like. I'm going to be so excited to go to the first cheerleading competition and like it's like a family reunion, seeing everybody you haven't seen in forever. So I'm excited about that. Um, I'm so excited about the things I took for granted. I was always the one like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. We don't have weekend practices coming up because it's going to be summer or the last competition. And now I look back and this has definitely been a humbling experience, but I miss the things I took for granted. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to hug my friends that own other gyms or coach other places, or to be in a competition venue and screaming and cheering on the kids. And I was always the person that I was the gym owner who always stood by the judges stand because I wanted to see the overall picture so that I could prep them for the next competition. And now I'm like, you know what? Parents video. I'm going to watch a video. I want to be up front at the stage and I want them to see my face and I want to be jumping up and down and screaming and I want to be the first person backstage to hug them when they come off the floor. That's what I miss and that's what I look forward to.
That's perfect. That's very exciting. I'm glad that you're going to do that because they're going to love every minute of that when they see your face walking at the front of the mat like that.
Yes.
Is there any website or any email you'd like to give out? Anyone can reach out to you? Do you have any questions for
Um,
you?
yeah, they can always reach out to me at midwestcheerlead.com. Just hit contact us. That's my email, so I'm the only one that gets it. Um, if they're a gym owner, I have Beyond the Mat, so a lot of people have been in there. And then if they're at competition, please, I tell people all the time, please come up and introduce yourself. I love to put a face to the name and just talk and hug and enjoy each other. Have a good time.
Awesome. I can't wait for competitions again.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Even if it's January, I was like, I don't even care. I don't care if we have it in a parking lot of the local mall. At this, I'm not picky. I don't need lights or fog machines or anything. Just get me some music and 9 panels and let's go.
And just all my friends, please. Just all of the gym
I
friends, and let's just hang out and have a good time.
well, we were talking the other day. We're like, how are we going to do choreography? And I'm like, that's a really good question. I was like, because if we can't have more than 10 in our gym, I said, girl, I'm going to have a game day routine. I'm going to have 2 girls up front with signs, 2 people in the background and a flag, 5 people spread out doing a cheer, and some girl in a mini tramp marking baskets. I said, that's about the extent of what Ohio is going to be allowed to do. Yes.
That's totally right. I love that you threw the mini tramp in there.
Mark some baskets. I'll be like, girl, just jump, toe touch, just land on your feet though. Don't cradle.
Yeah, you got this. You got this.
Yeah, we got it. We'll cheer you on. We'll have like 110-person teams, but hey, that's okay.
Right. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and so thank you so much for saying yes to this.
No, I love it. And when you're at competition and we're there, you better come and see me.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely happening for sure.
Perfect. Well, enjoy. Is it nice in Michigan right now?
Actually, it's supposed to rain all week, and today it's 60 and sunny. So you are my last interview of this morning.
Yep.
And I'm going outside and going to the park.
That's how it is here. It's sunny and 66, and then the rest of the week is rain. So I'm like, I'm doing this. I have a couple of Zoom interviews, and then I'm going to be at the park.
Yeah, I was like, us Midwesterners, we are like, oh, it's sunny. Okay, we gotta get outside. It's our day. We gotta get outside.
It's over 50, shorts and a t-shirt. Woohoo!
Right. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Go enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy the weather.
See you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You guys, wasn't she amazing? I had so much fun working on this project, and I have so many more videos to show you. So you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram for all the up-to-date posts. Until next time, bye!